I think you want to know.
This is episode 7.
I think you want to know how to attract your perfect partner. I don't think that will ever die down.
This is episode 7.
People want to know how to, get the person they want, and I don't think
Single people, if you're in a relationship,
you shouldn't be wanting.
Hopefully, you got the person you want.
It's very specific, because if you know what you want, then you can get what you want. But sometimes you leave out details like, okay, well, I said this, and that, but I forgot about this. And then you go back.
Well, why don't you talk from your experience?
Well, since I was a teenager.
I'm talking about current experience.
No, I need to.
Where you going back to?
I need to go back.
Story time. Go ahead. Story time for Reese.
It's not even a story time. Like, I need to go back to when I first started trying to attract someone into my life. I always felt that I could attract someone. And I wrote down a list of requirements of, a type of partner that I wanted. And of course, when you're younger, it's more about the physical appearance, like athletic body, light skin, good hair, like, or whatever, your preference was. Mm-hmm. And then you'll get that. And then you're like, okay, hold on. I would like him to be nice to me. I think that whatever you want, you'll get. But sometimes you have to go back to the drawing board and be like, okay, I need to add this into it. I want him to treat me right. I want princess treatment, or blah, 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 all that stuff.
What did you do?
What did I do to get it?
Yeah, if we're going to talk about how to attract somebody, people need the steps. Step 1, step 2, step 3.
That's what it was. It's knowing what you want and laying it all out.
But there are women all online that know they want 6 figures, 6 feet, 6-pack.
They're not getting it?
Of course they're not. That's why everybody is pissed off.
I don't know what's going on.
But what about the Kevin Samuels statistic that there's not enough of those guys? For everybody that wants that, there's not enough of those guys to go around anyway. So what do you say to that? The 1%?
I think that's bull. I think that if you feel that there's not enough, then you need to change your perspective on that. I think that you need to think that there's way more of an opportunity for you to get that. I don't know. Like, I don't believe in scarcity. Mm-hmm. I believe that if that's something I want, then it's easily attainable. And I think that that's what people should think. I don't think you should think like it's rare, or there's only like a top 2 or 3% of people, and that's it.
Being on the spiritual side, mm-hmm. In order to attract things that you want, you have to believe it's out there for you.
It's attainable. Mm-hmm.
And like you said, you deserve it. And it's not hard to come by, and it's not a rarity, mm-hmm. and it's not a lack of that item. There's an abundance of it. And these are all paradigms that it has to start at the subconscious level, work their way to the conscious. So would you agree, like Kevin Samuels out there, when he was out there, mm-hmm. telling all these women that there's only 1% and they don't want you? Do you agree with that message when he was saying that? Or do you think he was putting women down for wanting that and trying to bring reality into the equation? Or because he could have been like, oh yeah, you can get that, mm-hmm. if you believe, but he wasn't on that page. Mm-hmm. At all. He was just on, what's your stats? You don't deserve that. Those men don't want you. And that's pretty much his message was, for the most part. Some women did call in that had the good stats, for whatever reason they were still struggling. But what you just said goes against everything on that level.
What I say goes against a lot of things all the time. I don't think there is a cap on anything that you can attain. And with him saying that, I feel like that should make you give you more fire towards like, oh no, I could do that. I can get that man. I can get that lifestyle that I want. But you do have to take a look inward to be like, what can I offer at the same time as well?
But they trying to offer degrees.
Degrees.
Yeah, they try to offer their 2, 3, 4 degrees and their salary.
No, that's not enough. Like,
and their job.
No, I believe that when you come to the table, like, oh, I can take care of myself. I have like 2 degrees. I make this much amount of money. I don't like men who make whatever amount. Please speak up, because I honestly, I don't think that that's not what they're looking for. You're not looking for an equal partner in monetary. You're looking for an equal partner energetically. Like, if I'm going to be a man and I'm going to provide, blah, blah, can you match my energy by being the yin to my yang? And can, like, it's nice to be able to, like, have your own. That's sexy. It is. But you're not, like, overbearing with it. You're not like, I'm a provider too. Like, there needs to be some type of balance.
I'm unorthodox myself. You know, we are both unorthodox.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind a female with money.
Yeah, I know.
Honestly,
like,
I'm different.
I know.
Listen, people out there, I'm different. You're different. There is a narrative out there about. And if somebody would probably say I'm not in the 1%, and that's probably fine. I mean, I'm up there. I'm not gonna say what I make. I'm not putting that out there. I don't have a 6-pack. I got a dad bod. This is fine. But I am 6 feet. With Tim's on, I'm 6 feet.
Tim's on, Jesus.
It's only 1 inch extra.
Now with 3 inch boots.
No, they're not 3 inches. They are 1 inch. Okay. It's like I'm like my real height is 5'11" and a half. Okay, so with the Timbs, I'm below past 6 feet. But anyway, what I was trying to get to was I'm different. I don't let society tell me what to want.
Yeah.
So when I hear a lot of people like Kevin Samuels, for instance, and the Tates and whoever else, always talking about men of stature don't want, not stature, but high value men don't want women that make money or have a career and all that. I never agreed with that. That's me.
Well, I think because...
Why? Tell me why. Tell me why I don't want that. Or tell me why it's not a thing for me. Go ahead so I can hear this, because I don't know.
Well, I mean, like, if they're talking about men who are of like 6 foot, 6 figure, like 6
I'm 6 foot.
No. I'm saying, like, if you were,
I'm 6 feet.
You feel different about that whole.
Okay. Are you gonna put me on trial?
I'm not putting you on trial.
I just said.
No, what I'm saying is that you're not that type of person.
I'm 5'11" and a half. I have a dad bod, which is in now. I make good money, above average. I'm not putting numbers out there.
I think everyone feels different.
I'm still going.
Okay, go ahead. You said this already.
I'm saying it again.
Okay, good.
Because I believe
everyone's different.
You know, I'm gonna just put this out there. I'm gonna say this, and I believe this in all my soul.
Okay.
I'm a high value man.
Okay, that's good.
I'm owning it.
I love that.
But again, I'm different because I don't feel the same way that the Kevins and all those guys do.
Everyone does.
There's a lot of new content out there where men are trying to tell women to be a certain way, and a lot of it I do agree with. But on the income part, particularly, I never looked at it as something that, like, oh yeah, my woman can't make no money. She needs to be in the house. Don't make no money. Don't have an education. Like, that never appealed to me.
Well, yeah, like that's like someone who's like making like.
You keep going there. I'm a high value man.
No, yeah, right? Yeah.
I am okay. We're not millionaires yet.
No, yeah, absolutely.
Okay, we're not billionaire. Absolutely. We're not trillionaire.
Absolutely.
We're on the way.
Yeah. No,
okay.
Absolutely.
And even still, when we get there, like, I'm looking at it as we. I'm not looking at it as me.
No, yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so you're trying to defeat everything I'm saying.
I'm not defeating anything.
You keep. We get money. I'm not gonna be like, I got all the money. I mean, I could say that now. If I was a different person, I could be that toxic person.
Toxic?
Yes, I could be that toxic. Well, I make all the money. I pay all the bills. She got to do that. Like, and I'm not. Because it's not who I am. And I don't, like, you see a lot of people complain about some guys in their, that they're with, start to watch Redpill stuff. And it changed them.
Right.
We watch Redpill stuff. It doesn't change me.
Entertainment, yeah.
I agree with some things and I don't agree with others. But I'm not going to look at a video and consume something and then be influenced to the point where I turn into what I'm looking at. Like my mind is too strong for that.
Right.
And I think most people should be that way. Don't be influenced by podcasts and shit online
or just anything,
that tells you how to live your life. You could have your own opinions about stuff and agree or disagree.
Absolutely.
But I'm not going to be like, well, Andrew Tate said
or
that
Samuel said,
well, I'm a high value, so any woman that I'm talking to has to be da-da-da-da-da. Like, if you make money, we good. If you don't make money, we good.
I know.
All right. But if you're going to go in again about, well, those 1%, I mean, it's a different lifestyle. It's a different environment. It's a different mentality. We're already married. So when we get to that point, there's no need for a dynamic change in that way. You know what I'm saying? But if I was single, I feel like if I was single and I got that money or that status when I was single, I would still be me. I'd still be the same person. I wouldn't change to this.
Absolutely, you'd be the same person.
I know that. I'm telling you that.
know exactly. Yeah, absolutely.
So what are we talking about?
No, I agree with you. You still be the same person.
What do you mean? What are you saying?
I'm just saying you'd still be the same person.
With more money.
Yeah, you still be, the same person. Need some more.
I don't know.
Butane.
But again, we're supposed to be talking about attracting people.
I thought it was, but you said you didn't want to talk about that.
That's what we've been talking about this whole time.
Okay. So.
I'm a high value. And you're a high value. You're a high value woman.
Of course.
We are a high value couple. Okay, but I feel like a lot we're probably not equipped. We're probably not even. How can we tell people about attracting their person? Although we found each other, we're not single. So it's like, how can if we're not single?
Because we're together. So I can tell you how to attract the person.
All right, that's what we go. That's what we. Okay, let's go then.
Okay, like it kind of like I don't want to be.
Yes, you do.
I don't want to be full of myself, and I don't want to.
You started the podcast. You started this like that.
Because that's because I think that people want to know, like, oh my God, this is the person that I want.
All right, what's step one?
Step one is to obsess about the person.
What about? I thought it was about yourself first. It's not about what you got going on.
I mean, you have to feel like.
Should you start with yourself, or should you start external?
Okay, well, maybe I already was feeling myself before.
Okay, step one
maybe.
for somebody who is not feeling themselves.
Okay.
You got to start internal and then work your way out.
Fine. Okay, so let's start internally. If you want to attract the person that you want, you have to be attracted to yourself. And
that's a bar.
Be feeling yourself and feel like you are deserving. And feel like
how can
whoever wants me.
All right. If somebody isn't there, what can they do to get there?
It's an emotion. And you know the feeling, it's like, okay, this is an adult show, right?
Of course.
It's an adult show. You have to be horny for yourself. Like, you have to turn yourself on. To the point where, like, oh my God, I'm horny right now, and I'm horny just because I'm feeling myself as a person. And then when you want to attract someone else.
Wait, we're on step one still.
No, I said like you're attracted to yourself. You have to be attracted to yourself. You have to love yourself. You have to be attracted to yourself. You have to feel like you are perfection, if you will. And
That's a
then
bar.
when
No, that's huge.
and then when you find someone else and you have to exert that energy into them, like they love me the way I love myself. They are attracted to me like I am attracted to myself. They want me this way. And then you just have that energy like they want me, and you're imagining them touching
So this is
you.
4D. This is 4D shit.
This is really deep. And you have to it takes so much imagination and so much fantasy that you have to envision them making love to you, feeling you, and like can't stop thinking about you and craving you, and you have to like engulf those feelings of that person with you, and you have to constantly think about that.
All right, I think we're moving too fast though.
Really?
Yes, because we started with step 1 for internal.
I think that to me that's easy because
But you're already confident. You move towards attracting and energy transfer.
I feel like most people already do that when they fantasize with people.
Yes,
like, oh my God, I want him so much, or I want her so much.
They start on the outside, but meanwhile, they're not right on the inside. Right? So inside, step 1, get horny for yourself. Apparently.
Get horny for yourself.
And then how do you get
feel
horny
attracted
if
to
you're
yourself?
not horny for yourself?
If you're not horny for yourself, find yourself attractive.
How do you get horny
Look
for
in
yourself?
the mirror and be like, I'm bomb. I love myself. I'm irresistible.
And that's regardless of physicality, right? Because there are people out there with confidence who don't have
the physical,
who are not physically attractive
and
to
you're
most
like,
people.
oh my God, how they have a partner, or oh my God, how they getting all this attention. It's because of that, not deliriousness, but or just that just notion of I'm attractive.
No, there's a bar. There's a bar. So, step 1, get horny for yourself.
Get horny for yourself.
I would say step 2 is, if you're not horny for yourself, do what you got to do to get horny for yourself. Now, and this isn't necessarily around. This isn't necessarily saying if you're overweight to lose weight.
Yeah, no.
Because
you don't need to.
But if for you in your mind, that's how you got to get horny for yourself.
Yeah. If you can't appreciate yourself at that.
Do that.
Physical,
but if you are a big person and you can feel horny for yourself,
you're good.
You're there.
You're good.
Right? So this is not really strictly about looks, you know.
It's about feeling.
Right. And there's plenty of people who are generally unattractive to the masses in relationships.
Getting it on.
Doing
you're like,
things.
oh my God, how's
right.
I'm not gonna say names. But how's
you can say celebrities.
Person? Precious.
She got married, she got a kid.
Exactly. Like, how did that person get something and I can't? And it's not about, it's just about confidence. It really is. It's about how you feel. And if you feel like you can't attract someone at your weight or with your attire or your hair or whatever, then change it.
Wow. I'm sorry. I'm glad he's in there.
Is it a mosquito?
Yes.
Damn,
he's right in the fucking glass.
I
guess he was thirsty. I was about to drink his ass. He was drinking me. Pause that. Pause.
That's horrible.
Pause. Good, bitch. I'm glad he's dead. Anyway.
Yeah, so it honestly is about attraction and about how you feel about yourself to attract your partner. Because if you don't feel sexy, if you don't feel worthy, if you don't feel validated, then there's no way that you can attract someone to feel that way about you. Like you can't. You really have to take care of yourself first, and you really
start
have to
within,
feel confident, and then not expect people to fill you with the things that you don't already have inside.
And you also have to be there's a part of this where there's, I mean, it could be conceived or perceived. Right, you good?
That's what about that.
Oh, I got this. I'm gonna run the show while you go. There could be a part of this where some people might characterize you as delusional, but you have to maintain the delusion. The delusion is for you. The delusion is not for other people. So if you are not a classically attractive person, you can, like she said, you can still be horny for yourself and feel good about yourself, regardless of what anybody else talking about. Even those women that they used to call into Kevin Samuels and he used to tear them down and say you're 5 foot, 300 pounds with 5 kids. Although those things are factually true from the external looking inward, you can still be delusional to the point where you attract what you want. Excuse me, despite the external. Now, this is when I said that we was on some 4D shit. This is like 4th dimensional. Like all this stuff here. This is 3D physical. All this stuff is 3D. 4D is the power of the mind and the power of the spirit realm, so to speak, and how you can manifest from the spirit realm and bring that shit to all this. You could attract and bring things to this realm, this plane here. And that's always up to the individual. It's never up to the external. It's never up to what anybody else says, unless you allow them to get in your head and tell you about yourself, or tell you what you deserve, or tell you what you can get, to include Kevin Samuels and all of them. You know what I'm saying? He did what he did. His thing was his thing. I think his thing was very 3D, 3rd dimensional, very of this plane of existence. Like, it is what it is. What the eyes can see is everything. But he really wasn't operating in the spiritual realm of attraction and manifestation and self, the law of attraction and stuff like that. He was very 3D with it. So, and I'll put this with all those women that called into his show, know what they was gonna hear. There was not damn one of them that thought he was gonna give them a different message. So I'd go ahead and say the women that called into his show knew that they didn't feel sexy, weren't horny for themselves, knew they couldn't get the man that they wanted, and they called into his show for some validation or to ask some questions or whatever the case, and they got what they were looking for. They got the energy served to them that they felt about themselves. Because how the fuck are you calling Kevin Samuels for what's he going to tell you? He's going to tell you the same shit he tells everybody else. Am I right?
Oh, yes, very right.
You should never call into that show. If you called into that show, I don't know what you usually. Yes, you were pretty much validating the message that he.
Or you went in thinking you were different.
A lot of them did.
You got told something different.
No, they'll go for pretty much.
But sometimes you call in like, oh, I'm the exception.
For the ones that were attractive and slim, and couldn't find a man, that maybe didn't have kids, he told them, okay, you got it going on, you can, but it was their attitude that he said their attitude about their money or their accolades or the degrees and all that, which again, that was his opinion on that matter. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I can't speak to that, but delusion is required in the act of attraction, even for money. If you're dead broke and you're poor and you got bills and you got your bank account's negative, you have to be delusional to feel that you have the money for it to come. Because if you feel broke all the time, even if you factually are, you will continue to remain broke all the time. And I get that's one of the hardest things for people to understand, to wrap around their head. Mm-hmm. And it's hard. I can see why it's hard, but you gotta get delusional.
Yeah. Yeah, change your perspective on things to attract what you want out of life.
That motherfucker got fat too. That's the motherfucker eating us for like.
You sure? Because I'm sure there's more than that one.
Wow.
I'm sure there's more than. Because I got freaking bites everywhere just from being in the house.
Next episode. Tune in next week.
And
I'm gonna give y'all the game. For the fellas.
Oh God.
To attract you a hot dime piece. Like what I got. Okay, next week. It's too much on the show. We already spent too much game on this show. So that's gonna be a whole nother episode. I'm gonna talk to the fellas how to get you your own.
Why are you patting me?
This mine. I'm gonna show you how to get your own. I love her cause she got her own. They started all that propaganda. Jamie Foxx and Neo and all that bullshit. And then Beyonce with the Survivor. Not Survivor. What was that song? not Survivor. There was another song.
What's she talking about?
Destiny's Child. They were talking about having money and stuff.
Can't pay my bills, can't pay my telephone bills.
Yeah, that one. And then TLC with the Scrubs. That was like pre-2000.
Like
I don't want no Scrubs.
up your game.
This is how media is put out to influence people in a certain direction.
Influence culture. It creates culture.
No, it doesn't create culture.
It does.
They manufacture culture.
Sure, whatever. It creates culture.
It's creation and manufacture are different things in the context what we're talking about. The propaganda and the media,
You're
the poison.
just specific about words.
I am.
We mean the
I will
same thing.
always be specific about
We
words.
mean the same thing.
That's why I'm eating these delicious.
You eating them all up in the mic.
So all that to say, people need to have form their own opinions about stuff. Stop being influenced so easily by everything. Even us. You could disagree with everything we're saying. Doesn't make us right. Doesn't make you right. It's just information. We're creatures of habit and influence and what's the other word? Habit. I said that already. But we're supposed to get information and then form your own opinion. But don't be too galvanized by propaganda.
Yo, can you guys hear that cricket? I feel like I can hear it in the mic.
We can hear it. Have a brain. Have your own mind. That's why I like listening to different podcasts because it's different opinions about different things.
Yeah, and then you can form your own opinion.
I hear stuff all the time. I see stuff all the time that I disagree with. It doesn't make me emotional. I don't have to shout at the top of my lungs, look at what this person said. Oh, they're wrong. Like, there are people like that. You get into shouting matches in the comments and the threads, and you could see something you don't like and just keep scrolling.
That's true. People need to be right though. You know that, like, people have to prove themselves and tell people how they feel
or change people's minds, try to recruit into their ideology. And it's an election year, so this election year is the worst time for that shit. And I'm just so over it. I'm over it.
I don't know. I don't even know what people are talking about.
That's good.
Right
I
now.
envy you for that.
Well, because my algorithms are showing me things that haven't. Because I'm not political, so I'm not going to see political things on my timeline or whatever.
I try not to be. I'm not. I still see stuff. It's probably because from years of participating,
liking or commenting or sharing. So.
And I have political opinions. I moved away from feeling the need to share everything that I feel. Because it don't matter. What I learned is I'm talking with my mouth, food in my mouth. What I learned over time through my ascension in my late 30s is that people don't care what you think. And you will not change nobody's mind on any particular topic. You're just going to say your shit, piss people off, or have some people agree with you. But at the end of it all, nobody fucking cares.
Here today, gone tomorrow.
All of the time. Project 2025.
What's that? See?
Nothing.
I have no idea.
It's a hot bowl of nothing.
No idea what you're talking about.
People still giving power to everything else but within and taking power for themselves and taking control of their life. And that's a lucid perspective for that ass. What if we end the show like that on every time?
You can say that.
And then you say bye. Okay. And then, okay, we got to remember that. But I got to drop a gem right before that.
And you never know.
And then I say the line.
That's a lucid perspective for that.
And then you say
bye.
All right. See, the show's going to develop over time. It's just,
yeah.
it's going to morph. You might not even notice things that changed.
People will be telling me, like, you know, in person and on DMing me and saying that they like the show, and I'm just like, it sucks right now. Well, to me, I know that we're hopping on it and we're, you know, figuring it out. So funny.
Figuring shit out.
Yeah. A little plug for you. And we're figuring it out and figuring our online personalities because we're both like laid back people or whatever. And just like, I don't know. I feel like it's going to develop over time, and what better time to start than now? And, you know, not wait till like you're ready, but just start doing it. And then eventually it'll just start like
Coming
developing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Man, so we might get political. We can get controversial. We can get.
Well, you'll be doing most of the talking.
Or you could evolve. You don't know.
Oh, I don't know.
You could evolve. You got to give the people what they want.
Ask me.
What if
you
they
ask me
say
my opinion
we
of
want
something?
Reese to talk about her opinion on politics?
That's my opinion. Barf. No, ask me opinion about anything else. Like anything else. The how-tos of things. I think about a lot. So that's something that, you know, keeps me busy throughout my days, thinking about how to do things better, how to develop, how to get what you want out of life. Like those are my hot topics. Evolution and such.
Yeah, we like that stuff too. We like improvement. We like self-improvement. You can probably tell we calmed down a lot from the first part of this podcast.
Got my my ashwagandha tea. This relaxes you.
I got an hour.
It's more than enough time.
Yeah. Busy. So, yeah. Hit us in the comments. Ask questions. Give us topics. If you want to join the show as a guest, we need to do a live sometime. I'm joking.
Yeah, I wanna talk to someone who is in a throuple, or like who just have different relationship. What are they called?
Polygamy?
No,
Monogamy?
relationship.
Views?
I mean that, but there's a better word for views. Structures, like different relationship structures. I would like to talk to people just to get, because I'm like a serial monogamous. Like I can't think of like, I don't know, sharing somebody like with someone. And I heard like there's a show, Couple to Throuple.
Who was watching it?
I tried to. I couldn't watch it. I mean, it's just, I don't know. It just wasn't like capturing me, because, you know, when you make,
Not like too hot to handle.
when you make things mainly about sex, or like, I don't know. I need to know more about it. I need to be more educated about it.
Is throupling about sex?
It's not supposed to be, and I think that people that are in it don't. People that have a certain level of respect for it.
Like, can you be in a
Don't like
throuple? You know how like couples can be together but not have sex for a long time? Could you be in a throuple and nobody's fucking?
No.
No, think about it though.
No.
No, I'm saying
Like a
think
friendship? Roommates.
Think about
It's
it.
roommates.
How many couples, just two people,
Yeah.
together, married, whatever, cohabitating, whatever, and aren't active sexually?
They're not happy.
But now imagine a third person and nobody's fucking nobody, but there's love there. It's like
A friendship. That's a friendship.
They're a throuple though.
No. No, it's not a throuple.
So you're saying if there's a,
It's a part of it, the relationship and having sex. I'm just
sex
saying.
is supposed to be a part of couples too, but like
Yeah.
there's always a problem over time
Sometimes.
with people like losing interest.
Yeah, I
But
mean,
you think that can happen with a third
I'm
person?
sure-
Like
of
if there's
course,
three
of
people,
course.
like, and
well,
like,
I think maybe having more people would make you more sexually active, because it's like that person's, you know, not clicking. You have someone else who's clicking, and then you make it work. But I don't know. They called it like ethical.
sliding.
No, makes me want to. That book that you have makes me want to pick that up again to start.
I think that's an oxymoron, those two words.
Ethical slut.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It was a word that was like, I called it consensual polygamy, and I'm thinking about like people that are in a throuple or whatever, with like more than 2 people, like how that works out for them. And you know, I would love to hear it from someone who's actually doing it and is like successful, and every party is like feels comfortable with it. Like there's no jealousy at all, or any sense of ownership or possession. Maybe I'm just naturally like a possessive person.
I think it's more natural for one dude and multiple females than the other way.
Okay. But then the females live together, and won't they be like,
They could do stuff.
they're sharing the same guy? I would have to have somebody else on the side. Like I couldn't just see that.
You're making it about yourself though.
I know, but I know. Like I don't think I could ever.
That's why
I don't know.
we're not doing it.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Maybe like for a little while, but I don't know if I could do it long term.
Yeah, we're not doing none of that. If you're in a throuple, or if you've been in a throuple, in a successful one, or you are in a successful one, reach out to us.
Shush. What did you say?
If you're in a successful throuple, holla at us. We want to talk to you.
Yeah.
If you've been out there, you in the streets, doing the polygamy.
Doing the polygamy.
You're doing the polygamy.
Like,
I need something to drink. I'm choking on these nuts.
yo, your mouth sound mad dry.
Choking
Sound
on
like
these
you're eating
nuts.
sand. You're choking on nuts.
I'm choking on these nuts.
Yeah, I want to.
Pause.
You know what she was doing. You about to be mad sleepy when you drink that.
I know, it's fine. I need some of this. Can I get my own?
Yeah, there's tea bags in the cupboard.
Choking on nuts, about to drink some tea bags. I'm cutting that out. It's fine.
Don't.
It's getting cut
Be
out.
yourself, babe. Show the people who you are.
If you're in a throuple and nobody's fucking, holla at us because we want to know the dynamic of that. We know 2 people can be in a position where nobody's doing nothing. I'm curious if that can happen with 3 people because that's real love there too. Because like, you know, a couple could be together and really love each other and not be sexually active. Mm-hmm. But can a throuple do that? And like, okay, now everybody's cool. There's love there.
Yeah.
But it's like,
and they like kiss and hug and slaps in the butt.
You know, but the glory days of getting it on all the time is like it got older with 2 extra
10 years. I can't imagine like living. Nothing's wrong with that. I'm just saying, inside of my soul, I can't imagine doing that long.
Doing what? Not fucking for 10 years?
No, I'm saying like having a relationship like that where
people do it for decades. 70, 80-year-old
that is so
couples
dope.
Like
that is so
ain't
dope.
been touched in 30 years. Like,
yeah, that's a whole nother conversation about couples and you're together so long and then one person is sleeping on the couch and you're in the bed. Like I could not live. I am not the type of person that settles for weird behavior. I can't do it.
yeah, this is episode 7. We in here. You know what I'm saying?
We out here.
We doing it. You know what I'm saying? Not 7 weeks necessarily, but 7 consecutive episodes.
Mm-hmm.
We here for the long haul. The show
It'll continue.
morph and develop.
It's gonna morph. Our background's gonna change. Our hair, my hair is gonna change.
My hair could change. What if I come through with those glue things and then just boom, act like nothing's happening?
Eventually, people gonna forget.
Take my hat off, and then I got all this hair, and I just act like one episode I'm bald. The next episode I got a head full of hair.
Let your soul glow.
I'm gonna say we don't have to address it at all. It's just gonna be out.
No, yeah, or you can just do like crazy things with your beard, like do like different colors.
No,
I mean not like rainbow colors, but like lighter.
No, I want a full head. If you do hair and you do the glue joints, holla at me.
I'll do it for you. All you gotta do is buy it online.
No, I want a professional. I want it to look real.
It's gonna look real.
I want a professional.
I'm a professional. No, yeah, you gotta find a. You know, Atlanta got some. You know they got some stuff out there. They have to.
Mm-hmm.
We could do it. We could do it next week. Take over the city you're from.
Anyway, follow us on all the platforms, Lucid Perspective, or Lucid Perspective 111. It's 111 on YouTube and TikTok. And then everywhere else is Lucid Perspective.
Word.
You know what I'm talking about? So what we going to leave the people with? What's the...
A nugget?
Yeah, so catch us next week. I'm going to drop all my secrets on how to attract dime pieces only. This is strictly dimes, okay? Not nines, not
Okay.
eights. Dimes. Okay, I'm going to show y'all how to get your own dime. All right? That's next week.
I'd want to hear this.
I'll
be tuning in too.
You, of course, I'm going to need...
I'm going
to need my soapbox. I'm going to need my podium.
I can't wait.
I might even make slides and just put
PowerPoint
slides.
presentation.
Yeah. Fellas, how to get you a dime. Okay.
That's top of the line.
I need a dime. I put the song in here if it was going to get copyright hit. Freaking YouTube with the copyright hits all the time.
Yeah, it played like a cover.
That ain't going to matter. Or we can sing it ourselves. Oh. But on that
Cute
note,
face, little waist with a big behind. That's not me. I don't have that.
but don't forget the gems we dropped earlier for the women. What were the things you said? Oh, it's coming back to me. You said, get step 1, get horny for yourself. Step 2, and then something about thought. Watch the show. Okay, just scroll back. Scroll back. It was a different time. And that's a loser perspective for that ass.
Bye.